Good morning, student. Today, as the previous turn, we discussed Rydberg equation. Rydberg equation is 1 upon lambda is equals to du bar is equals to Rh z square 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. Here the value of n1 less than n2. Z is the atomic number. Rh is the Rydberg constant whose value is 109677 centimeter inverse or 1.09 into 10 raised to power 7 meter inverse. This formula is used to calculate wavelength or wave number associated with transition n1 and n2. Here one thing must be noted: for limiting line the value of n2 taken to be infinity. Now let us discuss Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Now let us discuss Heisenberg uncertainty principle. According to this principle, both position and momentum of subatomic particle cannot be determined simultaneously. I repeat again. According to Heisenberg uncertainty principle, both the position and momentum of subatomic particle cannot be determined simultaneously. If we measure position of subatomic particle, then momentum becomes changes. If we measure momentum, then its position changes. Mathematically, delta x into delta p greater than equal to h upon 4 pi. Here delta x is the change in position, delta p is a change in momentum, h is a Planck constant, pi is a constant. But we know that change in momentum may be defined as a product of mass into change in velocity. On putting this in above equation, we get delta x into m into delta v greater than equal to h upon 4 pi. Now let us discuss the significance of Heisenberg uncertainty principle. This principle is applicable only for subatomic particles like electron, proton, etc. It rules number 2. It rules out the existence of definite path of electron and other subatomic particle. That is, it fills which path the electron and subatomic particles obey. Now let us discuss orbital. Student, orbital are the three-dimensional region around the nucleus where probability of finding electron is maximum, about 90 to 95%. I repeat again, orbital are the three-dimensional region where probability of finding electron is maximum, about 90 to 95%. That means most of the electron accumulate in an orbital. It doesn't mean that the electron not found outside the orbital. 5 to 10% of electron maybe exist outside the orbital. In our course, there are 4 types of orbital is there. Number first is the s orbital. S orbital is spherical in shape. It is non-directional. I repeat again. S orbital is spherical in shape. It is non-directional because it is symmetrical about axis, like this manner. The second type of orbital is the p orbital. P orbital is dumbbell shape. P orbitals are dumbbell shape. They are of 3 types. It is px. If it is oriented toward x-axis, it is said to be px. If it is oriented toward y-axis, on y-axis, that is said to be py. If it is on z-axis, it is said to be pz. The shape of p orbital is dumbbell shape. Now let us consider the third type of orbital. It is d orbital. The shape of d orbital is double dumbbell shape. The shape of d orbital is double dumbbell shape. There are 5 types of d orbital in our course. First is dxy. If the lobes between x and y axis, it is said to be dxy. If the lobes between y and z axis, like this manner, it is said to be dyz axis, dyz orbital. If the lobes lies between z and x axis, it is said to be dzx. if the lobes lies between or lobe lies on x-axis and y-axis, it is said to be dx2y2. If the lobe lies on z-axis only, it is said to be dz2. It is said to be dz2. It is like this manner. So the orbital are of four type. S orbital is spherical in shape. It is non-directional, symmetrical about axis. Second is the p type of p orbital, which is double shape. D orbital double shape. It has five type: dxy, dyz, dzx, dx2y2, and dz2.